mobile provokes me to say this. At least at the advertising end, you must be very clear that it works very differently than it does at the content end. And I guess since this is a content summit, I do want to tell you this, that it works very, very differently. And I think everybody in this room must understand it. For example, since you said there are 700 million mobile users, but what is the spend of advertising on mobile? If I look back 10 years ago, I have thought stupidly that mobile had the power and potential to overtake television. Because, as I often say in a mobile conference, if I close my eyes and think of an ideal advertising medium, except for the size of the screen, mobile gives me everything. And yet today, mobile advertising is under 100 crores. Maybe you're able to sell a lot, do a lot of commerce through mobile, you're able to sell a lot of content, but that's not advertising.
Correct. No, I know, but they've really been, I agree with you, there have not been many killer applications from a content side, if you look at it from their point of view. But what is the killer application? I think the content is struggling, and I think even the telecom companies are struggling at saying what could be a content application on a mobile which would draw consumers. So, that is where it is, and it's been a, people said, a lot of people have said that traditionally mobile would be the bigger thing, it'll take away TV. But as you said, in the whole world, as Rahul has said, Manjeet has said, it's not happening. You've seen in the US, you've seen everywhere else. Television still remains a very, very strong force. The print is, this data, you may have saying the internet has taken over print a bit from in the global world, while India print continues to grow. Also, like internet continues to grow, but that's been a different thing. India has been different.
You made a statement just now that television continues to be a very strong force. I think this audience must realize that it can be even stronger. And in the face of newer technologies and whatnot, one of the reasons I believe why it's not so strong is television in India is just relying too heavily on the advertiser. And that's bad for television, and it's bad for the advertiser, and it's bad for the entire advertising industry. This morning I heard that the total global entertainment and media market is 1.3 trillion. Am I right? Now the global advertising market is about 400 billion. That means advertising is 30% of this market. But in India, it's 50 to 60% of the market. Why is that? And I think this point is very often and continuously, I don't know whether it is consciously lost or just because I'm at the other end, when talking to me, they don't want to talk about it. What this does is actually it puts a tremendous load on advertising, and because of that actually it stunts advertising growth. Advertising in India is only about $5 billion US, or 0.34% of GDP. And the only way that advertising can grow is not if content became more expensive, but if the return on the advertiser's money increased.